Hi, it's Cara, and today is Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 Wednesday is a tag series created by Lainey over at Ginger Reads Lainey and hosted by Sam from Thoughts on Tomes. And today we're talking about our, how do I phrase this? Tropes we hate, but books that do it well, or that you love despite the trope. So let's get started. One of these tropes I don't exactly hate, I just feel like it's often poorly done and can get super cliche. But I don't hate it as a trope. Let's start with that one actually, and that is star-crossed lovers. I think far too often star-crossed lovers is used as like a convenient way to build tension. And yes, it's a thing that happens, but it's kind of overused in my opinion. But one book that I love with the star-crossed lovers trope is The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. I believe I read this before I started my booktube channel, and oh my god, this is like one of the best books ever. Like, it's up on my, when I'm thinking of like classics that are like, so this is a vintage classics. Vintage books, but that means it's like a modern classic. And honestly it is. It's so good. This is I read this at the same time as I read Water for Elephants. Do I have my copy of Water for Elephants still? Where did my copy of Water for Elephants go? How bizarre. I'm missing my copy of Water for Elephants. Anyway, this is about a guy and a girl. He's a time traveler. It's some fault in his genetics that he jumps around through time and randomly gets pulled around. And we follow his wife from when she's a child and first meets him when he's an old man to when she's going through her life getting random snippets of him out of order, I guess. And oh, it's so heartbreaking. So amazing. Loved it. Definitely star-crossed lovers, but this makes it work. Like, the tension seems real here. Then we have a classic trope that I think everyone hates, and that is the love triangle. I just don't think they're that realistic. And also the expectation that the lady has to choose a boy. Not a fan of. Also, why in a love triangle does one always suddenly come across her like halfway through? Like, they're friends, they were family friends, they've been friends forever, and he didn't give a shit about her till suddenly she was wanted by another man. Hate love triangles. But, like, love triangles can be done right. And that's when I think the best examples of love triangles done right is when you accept that somebody can love two different people, and both those loves be real and genuine and legitimate, and you don't shut one down just because, no, you've got to be mono or gross. Polygross. This is how I became polyamorous. You can not need a love triangle. Love triangles are not necessary. You can just all agree to do the thing. You just gotta talk and agree. It's not that hard. Anyway, because of that, a love triangle story that I absolutely love is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This has a beautiful, well-established polyamorous romance. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love all three of them. They work so well together. Reminds me so much of our relationship, Jesse and mine. And just beautiful. Beautiful. Then we have the miscommunication trope, which I think might be my biggest pet peeve of all time. I hate having to yell at a book being like, just talk to each other. Just talk. But anyway, I don't think many books can do miscommunication without me being angry at it. But this book, I was angry but liked the book regardless. And that is The Winner's Curse, by Marie Witkowski, and the whole series, Crime and Kiss. Kiss is probably my least favorite, but the first two are like full-on 5-star books. And I think the only reason I could suffer through the miscommunication and still love this book is that the reasons for them not talking to each other felt powerful enough to convince someone not to communicate. Like, their arguments for not talking were decent, like they were good arguments in a way. Like, still, just talk to each other. This would resolve a lot of problems. But the tension was built enough that you could see how they justified to themselves their miscommunication. So, it was doable. I suffered, I survived. Then we have the morally superior main character that's just a goody-goody two-shoes and has no grey. And I was trying to think of, this is a trope I'm not a fan of. But I was trying to find a book that I think had this, that I still liked anyway. And the only thing I could think of, and it's not consistent through the whole series, but is through a large portion of it, that is City of Bones. Because Clary is very morally upright. She has these strange moments of being a little bit morally grey, especially later in the series, but for the most part, she has a strict code and she sticks to it, and it's very much a like, this is our end goal, these are the things we're able to do to achieve it, and these are the things that are just a no-go, no. And I like these books anyway. They're not the best books in the world, but they're really addicting. Currently rereading this series, and they're just good. And finally, we have the main character who is just suddenly good at everything, i.e. the Hunger Games. Though the Hunger Games at least has a bit of a background as to why she's good. There are so many, like, what are we thinking, Divergent training montage, and she's good, that kind of thing. This book kind of steps a little closer to the Hunger Games than Divergent, but that is Red Sister by Mark Lawrence. I just read this book, it was amazing. And our main character, Nona, has these powers, but she doesn't really know what to do with them or what they mean. And then, so she's suddenly quite skilled when she enters an arena to teach her this kind of, like a space where she can learn these kind of skills. She's very innately talented, but you still don't hate her. Like, she hates herself enough that you don't hate her. There's a lot of self-doubt issues. And you just kind of want to wrap her up in a like, you're okay little baby, but you're so morally great, you're probably going to rip out my heart in book 2. Nobody tell me if she rips out my heart in book 2, please. Love this book. I can't wait to read book 2. So those are my 5 recommendations for good books but with tropes you hate. Thank you for watching. Comment down below if you have any other recommendations for any of the tropes I've mentioned, or chat with me about tropes you hate, because I love talking tropes, and especially bad examples of tropes, like examples of tropes that are bad, because I like talking bad sometimes. But you know, I do like talking about the books that are good at these tropes too, because every trope has a good and a dark side. It's like the Force, the light side and a dark side. They wouldn't say tropes bind the world together, so oh well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time with another video. Bye!